I've been asked if there's a good way to lose weight and keep it off. A lot of people lose weight, but they just can't keep it off. So today we will talk about things that cause weight gain and how to keep the weight from coming back once you've lost it. Hi friends, Elaine here from Beneficial Solutions. Weight gain can be caused by imbalances in many areas of the body. I'm going to start with the easiest things and move up to the hardest things, but all of these things will be needed to keep the weight from coming back. Healthy body weight starts with eating more nutrition-rich foods that have the needed vitamins A, E, C, D, and all of the B vitamins, as well as foods that help increase digestion and absorbability. And this comes with when we change our diet. We can't keep eating the foods we've been eating before. If the body cannot digest the foods, then instead of distributing the nutrition throughout the body, it gets stored as fat or it gets flushed on through. Eating foods with more nutrition will cause the body to be satisfied longer rather than continuing to be hungry. Some people eat because they're bored. Others get anxious or nervous and eat as a means of soothing. Sports, crafts, reading, or other interests will fill this time between meals and help redirect your mind. The body can only burn as many calories as we are willing to work off. So we have to really think about whether or not our body needs the calories we are eating. We need to eliminate foods that have empty calories or no nutrition. This is prepared foods with extra salt and all this other stuff, and added hormones. All calories are not burned the same way. Proteins, fats, and carbs each affect our metabolism differently due to the thermic effect of the food. What is the thermic effect of food? It is the temporary increase in the resting metabolic rate from food intake for processing and storing the foods that we eat. So foods with a higher thermic effect will have a larger proportion of calories burned by these functions. A recent systematic view on the importance of breakfast confirms that protein has a higher thermic effect than carbohydrates or fat. So carbohydrates or fat will remain on the body longer. Breakfast high in protein have a higher effect than a carbohydrate heavy meal of pancakes or of fattier alternatives like bacon and sausage. Bodies burn more calories from processing and storing proteins than other macronutrients. Your digestive system or your gut is home to trillions of bacteria that actively contribute to your immune system. It may play a role in managing weight as well as heart disease and other conditions. These are eliminated whenever we take antibiotics. So it's important to take probiotics to keep the good bacteria in our gut. Probiotics are needed in the colon to break down the undigested foods, to prevent polyps from forming, to increase the immune system, and stop putrefied foods from feeding the yeast in the colon and making that yeast grow and spread to the rest of the body. Using digestive enzymes will help prevent indigestion and will help the foods that we eat to break down and be absorbed into the body instead of being stored. Instead of focusing solely on our calorie counting, we should listen to our bodies and focus on making the most out of the foods that we eat. Choose wholesome, nutrient-dense foods and make sure your eating plan is one that you can follow long term. Another thought is to do a cleanse. Milk thistle tea cleanses the liver. Dandelion leaf tea cleanses the kidneys. And burdock root tea cleanses the blood. These teas are all herbal. And if these organs are clean, it will eliminate lots of diseases. They help to keep the body moving the nutrients throughout the system. And also, if these organs are blocked up with undigested food, it causes an autoimmune disease. It would also cause weight gain because the body would again be storing instead of using the nutrients. Because if the organs like the liver, kidney, and blood are blocked up, it just stops all the things from going through your system. Now, I mentioned in my previous videos, water in plastic bottles has hormones in the plastic. I recently heard about Divinia water in glass bottles. So you get the pure water without the hormones from the plastic. Drinking water helps reduce constipation. Constipation always adds to body weight. Drinking a sufficient amount of water daily will help in digestion, cleansing the body, and the average per day is 8 glasses, but you may need more or less depending on the amount of energy that you use and whether you are indoors or out. Someone working hard, especially in a hot climate, is going to sweat more and therefore needs quite a bit more than just 8 glasses. But someone who can hardly move and is staying in a comfortable chair or bed may not need quite 8 full glasses. There are many hormones in the body that are essential for balancing the total body functions. One is DHEA. DHEA helps to balance the estrogen in our body, and this includes men too. If we have too much estrogen in our bodies at any time, it overtakes the body, making us very unsatisfied, anxious, and always looking for something else that will satisfy us, like eating. Herbs that help balance feelings of anxiety or nervousness and are very good at increasing DHEA in the body are maca for men and wild yam for women. Now, these herbs are not addictive. They do help balance the hormones. Soy causes an increase of estrogen and should generally be avoided by both men and women. Cows have hormone injections to help them produce more milk and cheese, but these cows are fed soy, so it's in the beef. Grass-fed beef does not have these hormones. Processed foods have lots of added sugar and salt and chemicals to keep them from going bad on the shelf, so when we eat them, it adds unneeded weight to us because they have no nutrition for the body, so the body stores it. Because these processed foods are lacking nutrition, our body continues to be hungry, and so we continue to eat. This added salt and sugar causes heart problems, diabetes, joint pain. Another thing that we need is calcium and magnesium and selenium and iron and many other minerals in our diets. These help the body to heal wounds and sores and rebuild new cells that are needed. The recommended calcium supplement we could be using is hydroxyapatite. Now, this is a one that's not known by a lot of people, and it can be found online. This calcium will strengthen bones, joints, and even teeth. If we are using a calcium supplement that is not absorbable and it goes in as a hard tablet, it's either being kicked on through the body in its hard form the way that it went in, or it's being stored by the body by making bone spurs or calcium deposits. There's a website called bonejoint.net/blog/did you know that certain foods block calcium absorption. This is an important website to check it out. It explains the need for the calcium in the body. The thyroid increases our metabolism, speeds up the use of the nutrients that we eat. It also causes the body to burn excess body weight that isn't needed. And if there is too much coming in, it is kicked on through if the body doesn't need it. But if there's a lot of stress, that thyroid might need that extra amount of iodine. You can learn more about the thyroid in my other thyroid video. Adrenal glands are really important for balancing the needs of the body because it controls the sex organs, the androgens for men and the estrogens for women. And this helps also to control the salt balance. This is important to weight loss because if we have too much salt going through our system, then we want to drink more water, and too much will be stored and add excess weight. Adrenals also control the fight or flight actions with epinephrine or norepinephrine. These can also be the cause of the panic attacks that people are having. Adrenals also balance the cortisol, which helps prevent panic attacks. When we are too stressed, then our adrenals start producing more cortisol, and the cortisol builds up, and the more it does, then we become anxious and overstimulated, and then we have these panic attacks. So the adrenal glands balance this cortisol. Now I'm planning another video about adrenal glands, so keep a lookout for that one if you want to know more. I've made a video about healthy fats, and I want to mention a little bit about them. They are very important. If we can eat healthy fats like avocados, ocean fish, not farmed fish, grass-fed beef, nuts, dark chocolate, seeds, nut butters, etc., it will start burning the fats off of the body and stop overworking the pancreas. The pancreas works hard to produce the insulin that is needed to break down the carbs that we eat. But if we change our diet to eliminate most of the carbs and eat more healthy fats, it will stop diabetes and many other diseases that are caused by overinsulin. Cheeses and milk from cows contain added hormones. So I mentioned earlier in this video, and they will not be used very fast, but they will be hard to digest and cause stomach problems. And with the hormones in these milks and cheeses, we will have hot flashes or cramps or so on and so on. That's what added hormones do. But we need calcium. So I decided to eat goat cheese and milk. Now I was hesitant about doing this, but I found out that goat cheese and milk taste really good. And these are good absorbable dairy, and they are not given added hormones, so they won't mess with your hormone balance. Exercise is important too. We can exercise a lot, work hard all day, and say, oh boy, I'm losing weight. And then we go home at night, and we start eating these regular foods, which undoes everything that we've done with our exercise that day. We need to balance our whole body and the foods that we eat. And not only will we lose weight, but we will have lots of energy, we will sleep better, have sharper minds and memory. Not only that, but we will not be depressed and feel a lot more positive and happy. Now, I want to leave a rundown of all that I've mentioned. One of the first things that I mentioned is eat more nutritious foods containing all the vitamins needed, changing the diet and cutting out all of these other foods that we don't need. Eating foods that increase digestion, including digestive enzymes and the probiotics that we need. Foods that have more nutrition will make us more satisfied, and we won't be hungry as often. Eliminating foods that are processed, that contain added salts and sugars and unneeded chemicals. Drink the teas that cleanse our liver, kidneys, and blood. Drink enough clean, pure, filtered water from a glass bottle to cause daily bowel movements. Use herbs to increase the needed DHEA to balance the natural hormones. We have DHEA in our body, so some of the foods that we're eating will also strengthen the DHEA in our body. Eliminate foods that have synthetic hormones in them, like soy and non-organic meats. And this includes bologna and ham and hot dogs. Eat foods or take supplements that contain all the needed minerals. People say, well, I have diabetes, so therefore my sores and wounds don't heal very well. If we add more minerals and vitamins to our body, that will speed up the healing of the injuries that we get on our skin. We need to strengthen our thyroid to help to start burning the fats on our body, speeding up the metabolism. Build up the adrenal glands. Eat healthy fats and exercise. I hope I've covered most, if not all, of the things that we need to do to lose weight and be healthy and happy. If you like what I'm teaching you, please like and subscribe. Thank you for watching.